Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. I'm John Dominic Sanabe from Group 5, and today I'm gonna tackle about motivation in understanding the self. So, what is motivation? Motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors. So, say for example, your goal in your life is to get a better job, to help your parents to have a better life, and also for your future. So, in order for you to achieve that goal, this is where the motivation will be created. Like you are motivated by studying hard in your academics and finish your studies in order for you to find a job which is your goal. There are 7 most important types of motivation. The first is achievement motivation. So achievement motivation is the drive to pursue and attain goals. The second is affiliation motivation. So affiliation motivation is a drive to relate to people on social basis. And the third is competence motivation. So competence motivation is a drive to be good at something, allowing in the individual to perform high quality work. And the fourth is power motivation. So power motivation is the drive to influence people in change situations. And the fifth is attitude motivation. So attitude motivation is how people think and feel. And incentive motivation is where a person or a team reaps a reward from an activity. And the last but not the least is the fear motivation. So fear motivation is coercions a person to act against will. These are the motivational strategies in order for you to achieve your goals and to help yourself in your life. So first is you need to set clear goals, including daily, weekly, semester, and long-term goals. And second is help yourself to focus. And the third is pace yourself. And the fourth is prioritize. And the fifth is location. And the sixth is get enough sleep. And the seventh is build a routine and healthy habits. And the last but not the least is, and for me it is the most important strategies in your life, because it makes our body to continue achieve our goals, which is you need to eat and drink healthy. So why motivation is really important in understanding yourself? So self-motivation is important because it does not let you depend on others and drives you to tap your strengths to meet your goals. And it also helps you ensure your work on your weaknesses and don't let them hinder your plans.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. Good evening. My name is John Gabriel Marcel. I'm a BSMT first year college, and this is my discussion and my video on my psychology subject about motivation. So I'm gonna start. What is motivation? Well, motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors. Motivation involves the biological, emotional, social, and cognitive forces that activate behavior. In everyday usage, the term motivation is frequently used to describe why a person does something. And basically, it's like the term that is the term that is scientifically coined or used towards the act of you. Motivation is basically the term that is quite coined and used that that's that is okay, wait for it. That explains it would how a person motivates himself or basically works himself towards a goal that he is oriented, that on how any kind of cognitive forces activates his behavior in doing something every day in everyday usage, that is used to describe why a person does something for himself or towards his or for his community. And that's kind of the meaning of motivation, on what is motivation. Now, number 2 is, what is motivation in simple definition? Well, motivation boils down to one thing. We want a change in behavior, thoughts, feelings, self-concept, environment, and relationships. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. And that's why we recommend it daily. So basically, number 2 kind of explains on the simple definition of motivation, because definition is just simply the word that is coined or termed in and basically replacing the word of how much something wants an object, or how much someone wants an object or wants something, that he will motivate himself. He will basically encourage himself. Yeah, that's the word, encourage. He will basically encourage himself to achieve that goal, to achieve that certain something that he really wants. That's basically the simple definition of motivation. Get it? Now, number 3. What are the 3 types of motivation? The first type is extrinsic, doing an activity to attain or avoid a separate outcome. Chances are, many of the things you do each day are intrinsically motivated. So basically, extrinsic type of motivation is basically kind of doing an activity to attain or avoid a separate outcome. Like maybe, chances are many of the things you do each day are extrinsically motivated. Like a good example to attain a separate outcome or to avoid a separate outcome is basically on how well we spend each day, like on how well we think. Example, like we are all grown-ups, and I guess we could say that some like a lot of us already know how to drive. So an extrinsic form of motivation is driving. Like, we would want to attain and achieve our destination. We will want to attain or achieve our destination. Like example, I'm from Bugu and I want to go to Cebu City. So that's basically an extrinsic kind of motivation, because basically I want to attain and achieve that motivation on getting to Cebu City and going to my destination that I would prefer, because maybe I have something to do there, or maybe we could say that I have something to achieve over there, which basically makes use of the transportation. And also for the part of I could say that driving is also an extrinsic part, and one way to avoid it, like avoid a separate outcome, is what if I'm driving. And basically, if you're a driver, a licensed driver like me, a non-professional driver, yes, I already have my driver's license. Yes, we really want to reach our destination when we are driving, but we always think of safety first, and that's basically to avoid a separate outcome. Like, yes, I want to go to my destination in Cebu City, and I'm driving my very own car, and I want to avoid the separate outcome of maybe going to an accident or maybe crashing my car in the process. So that's a form of extrinsic type of motivation. Okay, so I'm gonna go to number 2. The second type of motivation is intrinsic, an internal drive for success or sense of purpose. And this kind of motivation basically basically are used by, we could say, just in my own opinion, but this kind of motivation, intrinsic motivation, is basically used for like one of the main wait, one of the main uses for intrinsic motivation is what could I say about intrinsic motivation? Papi, no. Intrinsic motivation, intrinsic motivation, and early for success or sense of purpose. So you could say those who are suffering from poverty, they are in a kind of intrinsic motivation because their internal drive for success. They really want to be successful in the future, or they want to really feel their sense of purpose in the future, that they really want to achieve that kind of goal, to be maybe well off in the future. Yeah, the intrinsic part of motivation is, because the intrinsic type of motivation is basically towards the ones who are badly suffering from poverty, because of the way of how they really want to achieve success, how they want to be the breadwinner of their family, or how much they really want to work hard for the sense of purpose that they really want to belong in the community. Okay, now, and the third type of motivation is family. And family is motivated by the desire to provide for your loved ones. And yes, I can say that that's really, for me, that's really one of the key types, one of the most important types of motivation, because yes, not all of us could say that we are independent family, because maybe some are adopted, but by saying family, most of us have it. Yes, even if you don't have maybe parents, but you still have your grandparents, which we could still say family, or your cousins. Yes, they are still family. That's related by blood. And basically, family is the third type of motivation, because they really are the ones who really want to motivate you, who really want you to be successful in life, who really want you to be better than them in the future. Because to how much they have achieved in the future, they really want you to be much more than them. They really want you to score or fly higher than them in the future, because basically that's what they really want you to be in the future. They really want to attain and achieve that goal. They really want to achieve that goal of making you successful in the future. Yes, that's the third type of motivation. And finally, what can motivate you in life? And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7, and basically more. I'm just here to discuss 7, because if I were to discuss more, it will take a lot, and it will take a lot of time. Maybe we could say half an hour, maybe, but I'm just gonna discuss 7. Okay, so I'm gonna start. What can motivate you in life? 1, power. Some people are motivated by power, influence, and fame. Yes, we all know the word influence and fame. Basically, for others, they really want to achieve that kind of success, because for them, fame is really a kind of success. Even if they are, we could say, they may be not so well off, but just in the middle, not necessarily suffering from poverty, but just in the middle, they really want to achieve fame. Because nowadays, if you really are famous, you could be well off easily because of fame, because of your supporters. Like, what word should I put towards it? Yes, basically, you are gonna be sponsored, or maybe someone, or maybe your supporters are gonna support you in the process. So basically, that's one of the motivation. That's one of the motivations in life. That's power. Okay. So the second one is self-mastery and growth. Some people are clearly motivated by self-mastery. That motivation is to develop and grow. And by saying the word self-mastery and growth, it's basically a kind of motivation that points out towards your skills, towards your mastery. Like example, you your your mm, your your one of your skills in life, one of your talents or skills in life is, example, you have a great voice, you're good in singing. Even that part, even that part of self mastery and growth towards in life, well, if you if God willing, you will be a great singer in the future, then that is also one of the self mastery and growth that can motivate in you in life. That's one of the motivations. You just need to self master it and grow your and you just need to self master it, nourish and grow your talent. Okay? The third the third one that can motivate you in life is recognition and approval. It really motivates you, like it really inspires you to do more because of recognition and approval. Like, and good example of recognition and approval is, example, you are where you are great in chess, you have just won a chess tournament in your school, and you are the chess champion in your province, and by recognizing you and approving the way on how you won the games, a good example, a good situation we can put that in is a mayor basically congratulating you because of winning the chess championship and chess tournament in your province, in your whole province. You're just the single player, you're just the single individual who had won the chess tournament, and that really motivates you because of the recognition and approval of the people, of your support, of the supporters towards you. And the fourth one is desire to win. Basically, it really motivates you to desire to win. Like, who will desire to lose? In life, we all really want to win in life. But basically, we are not all winners. But some of us may have the tendency to lose. But what keeps us going? What basically keeps us going is that we all have chances. We all have the opportunity to win, and we all have the opportunity to lose. But it's that opportunity that really motivates us. And basically, it's most of us are always thinking that it's really the opportunity and desire to win. Okay? So that's the fourth one that really motivates you in life, the desire to win. The fifth one is reaching out to others. Okay? And it can really motivate you in life because reaching out to others, like example, you are from a well-off family and maybe your cousin is not so it's not really quite doing good in life, like they're really kind of suffering poverty, yeah, they have some issues and stuff. So that's basically motivates you, like in the future, if you really are generous, if you really are thinking for others, not really for yourself, then reaching out to others is really a good motivation in life. It can really motivate you in a way that that one of your goals is to help them out. Now, the sixth one is rewards and money, and basically that's one of the main purpose and motivation of you in life, because in this time, in 21st century, you wouldn't last if you don't have any money.
So, what is motivation? Motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors. Motivation involves the biological, emotional, social, cognitive forces that active behavior. In everyday usage, the term motivation is frequently used to describe why a person does something. So, what is the true meaning of motivation? The simplest definition of motivation boils down to one thing. We want a change in behavior, thoughts, feelings, self-concept, environment, and relationships. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does batting. That's why we recommend it daily. Motivation is what explains why people or animals initiate, continue, or terminate a certain behavior at a particular time. Motivational states are commonly understood as forces acting within the agent that create a disposition to engage a goal-directed behavior. Why motivation is important? It's because motivation reflects something unique about each one of us and allows us to gain value outcomes like improved performance, enhanced well-being, personal growth, or a sense of purpose. Motivation is a pathway to change our way of thinking, feeling, and behaving.
Achievement. Achievement is the act of reaching a goal. For instance, graduating from 8th grade or high school is an achievement as it is being selected for the football team or making a high grade in a class. A desire for achievement is normal for humans, but for some people, the desire for achievement becomes a need, not just desire that can cause a person to continue to push themselves further and further. An example of that is like when someone thinks that they mean nothing or they are worthless except for what they can achieve or do. For example, you think that you can't do anything and you're worthless unless you can do or can win this type of competition, or if you are good at this type of sport or any activity. Achievement motivation. The term achievement motivation may be defined by independently considering the words achievement and motivation. Achievement refers to competence, a condition or quality of effectiveness, ability, sufficiency, or success towards a goal or anything. Motivation refers to the energization, instigation, and direction or aim of behavior. Thus, achievement motivation may be defined as the energization and direction of competence-relevant behavior, or why and how people strive towards competence, success, and away from incompetence or failure, like what I said earlier in like the motivation of you successfully doing something is that because you think you're worthless or something, so that's why you strive towards competence than going to incompetence, because that achievement or that goal that you want to achieve is your motivation to strive or to move forward.
So achievement. Achievement can define as things done successfully, and success can be defined as accomplishment of an aim. So in the same way, success in our lives is something we wanted for a long time, and we get that after lots and lots of hard work, efforts. Where our achievement is our achieving our goals, but success and achievement are two things which meet at some point of my life. So for me, when we achieve what we desire, we call ourselves successful, but we name it as an achievement in our life. So one, for me, sa ako lang, wala pa mo ko'y nabot sa kinabuhi. Ang kuha na dyan is, ang achievement na dyan is learning to love myself. Kung unsa ko, din become a better person and forming good relationship with other relation with other people. So success doesn't only lies on achieving our goal. It lies in finding satisfaction and happiness in what we have achieved. So para sa ako lang, making making a positive impact to other people is an achievement sa ako lang. Then success is the goal which we attain through our strength, while achievement is the goal which we attain after eliminating our weaknesses and using our strength. So in short, reaching our goal in life is an achievement, and so strive hard and achieve your goals for our achievement in our life. That's all. Thank you.
I am Claudius Simonada. I am presenting the achievement of Group 5. An achievement motive is an impulse to master challenges and reach a high standard of excellence. Both personality and situational factors influence achievement motivation. Personality factors. High achievement motivation tends to lead to particular personality features. This includes persistence, ability to delay, gratification, and competitiveness. Persistence. It High achievers tend to be very persistent and work hard to attain goals they set for themselves. Ability to delay gratification. High achievers tend to have a greater ability to delay gratifying their impulses in short term in order to reach long term goals. Competitiveness. High achievers tend to select that give them opportunities to compete with other people. Self-fulfilling purposes. Expectation can result in self-fulfilling purposes if a student expects to get an A on a term paper. She'll work hard and her work will be more likely to earn her an A. Situational factors. Some situational factors can achievement motivation. They include the expectation of success, incentives, control, and opportunity. Expectation of success. People are more likely to have a high expectation of success if they have a feeling of self-efficacy or confidence in their own ability to meet challenges effectively. People can acquire self-efficacy by dealing with difficulties and learning from mistakes. Having a good role model and getting constructive feedback and encouragement also help to build self-efficacy. Incentives reward from people for their competence and motivate them to achieve. However, incentives can also decrease people's intrinsic motivation if people focus on getting incentives rather than doing tasks for their own sake. Control. People tend to have more motivation to achieve if they feel they have control over some aspects of their work. Opportunity. People are motivated to achieve only when they have an opportunity to achieve. High achievers prefer moderately difficult tasks. People with a high need to achievement tend to prefer moderately difficult tasks such tasks allow people to succeed and to see themselves as competent for having succeed. Very difficult tasks that tends to prevent success and very easy to tasks don't allow people to feel competent when they succeed. The power of goals. Goals are most likely to increase motivation to achieve if they are specific, challenging but achievable and positive. Goals be specific. The more specific of goals, if the more effective they are as motivators. Goals should be challenging but achievable. Goals have to be difficult enough to be challenging but easy enough to reachable. Goals should be positive. It is better for people to frame goals in terms of what they will do rather than in terms of what they will not do. That's all. Thank you.